Today I'm doing a very different type of video. I'm like directly basically answering a comment I recently got, and I'm just gonna read it out loud, and I think everybody's gonna find some type of value in this. Also, sorry, I got a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a little bit rusty, that's why. So let me read it out loud. I always want to get started, but I keep getting stuck between preparing and worrying, afraid of doing it wrong, afraid it won't work, afraid I won't stick with it. The worst part is I can actually do it once in a while, which makes it even harder because I know I'm capable of it. I just won't stop anyway. And this lovely person sharing this comment is, I think, really relatable to everybody, even to myself with many different things, even outside of the gym. This was under a gym video specifically. Uh, and I have all the answers for that. And that is the fact that you are typically very anxious and you feel very worrisome about something because you are not sure that it's going to work out. And that is just the cost of things when you're starting something new. Because you haven't done the thing or haven't achieved the thing that you want, of course, there's going to be a small bit and part of you that's going to be anxious about it. Is this going to work out? Am I wasting my time? Are my plans correct? Am I doing things correct? And the fact is, even if you were to get like the best coach in the world, that you're going to feel a certain level of uncertainty with the thoughts of like, oh, maybe I'm like an exception, maybe I'm still not capable of doing it. It's only because you have just not gotten the results yet, or you haven't gotten the proof that it's working. As this fine person said, they said that they're able to do it once in a while, so they know that they're capable. The thing is, everybody's capable of everything. The reason why they and you and many of us are able to do things only once in a while is because you get a burst of motivation, right? You get that burst of motivation, but when that burst of motivation disappears, you you start to really fall into the anxious and worrisome thoughts, right? And then you eventually fall. The fact is that you the thing why it's hard to get in shape and why it's hard to, for example, even start a business or even start a new career or something like that, it's because for a certain period of time you have to go into the zone of not being able to get guaranteed anything, and you having to willing to put a lot of work until you get a result by time. And that is the only basically major cost of anything that's really great in life. You have to put your blood, sweat, and tears. You have to fight the worrisome thoughts, the anxious thoughts, push above and beyond them, right? To get your first result. Once you have that one first result, I talked about this in one of my previous videos, is that everything gets easier because you're proving yourself what you're doing is working, so you double down even more, and a lot of the anxious and worrisome thoughts start to very go low, or just like go more low key, you know. And this is basically the answer. You just gotta do those things until you get your first result. But even if you feel anxious and worrisome, you need to be aware that this is a part of the journey. You are supposed to feel absolutely unconfident, super out of your zone. You're supposed to feel like out of your skin, basically, because you're going into something that's completely new to you, and you are expecting to instantly feel good in some element that you were never ever part of or have any experience in. It's like putting a giraffe in the Antarctica. Of course, it's going to feel a bit out of its element, right? But hypothetically, okay, not hypothetically, but like this is more creative. But like by time, that giraffe is going to be much more better and able to survive in the Arctic throughout time and just like pushing through it. Obviously, probably no, it will die of freeze, but you get the point. It's the same exact thing in terms of when it comes to fitness, you know? There are things to make it easier. As I said, like fitness coaches make it so much easier because They're basically reassuring you 24/7. They're holding you accountable and they're making all your plans, right? So they're basically more they're helping you with that mental state, which helps a lot. But you will still feel a tiny bit part of you that's like, is this going to work out for me? Am I meant to be? Is this for me? And my answer to that is for you is that is your decision if this is for you. Are you willing to push through it? If you are willing to push through it, then you are supposed to have it, you know, because you worked for it. But if you're not willing to push through that awkward phase of anything in life, you're not meant to have it. Because I don't know, it's also I've had a lot of these thoughts, right, as well, is we all want to have some type of use in this world, right? And a lot of the times we want to be content creators, we want to be models, we want to be fitness influencers, we want to be whatever it is, right? But as soon as we get into this awkward situation of like, is this going to work out? And now I have to, for example, edit this video for 5 days and it's probably gonna get like 30 views and uh is this worth for me? And the question is, if you are just going to do it purely for the views, you're not gonna make it. Same goes for the muscle part. You have to go there with the fact that you are there to prove something. For example, this whole YouTube channel, it gets no views, you know, but the few couple of people that comment and find some type of value, that fulfills me more than enough, you know, because that's a whole being, you know, and that to me is the reason why I still make these videos. These videos make no profit for me, for now, right? But it is, I know, at least influencing people, a few bit of people, at least one or two, that are able to then make a possible change, you know? And that's what is pushing me to make more videos on this channel. If I was to do it purely for profit, it's not enough, at least for me, you know? So, yeah, to summarize it for you, right? To anybody that's going through this, and I'm going through it right now too, right? Uh, but it's good at making this video because it's also a reminder for myself. We all fall into this that we try to start something new. We get a boost of motivation, right? And then that motivation goes away as fast as it came, right? And then you have to find a bigger enough reason to do that said thing than just like the pure outcome, you know? It's gotta serve something or someone, right? And a lot of times when you start fitness, you do it for you, and you should, because it's your body, right? You're not doing a service for anybody else. You're doing the fitness for you. Unless you're like a firefighter, you're training to save people and get as strong as possible and be hypermobile, right? But if you're just an average Joe and wants to just look good in the gym from the gym, then you're doing it for you, you know? And when you're going to the gym, you'll be like, you know what? Maybe right now I'm still not seeing any results physically, but I'm a hell of a different person now than I was a week ago that was just laying on the couch dreaming about just going to the gym. I've already made the hardest step, and that is slowly becoming the gym person, you know? And that is what's the most important. You are slowly creating the habit of just showing up. At that point, it's just a matter of time until you get the results, because you will at least brute force your way through it, right? Or you find people that help you, or you get help from professionals, right? So it's just that you need to find a bigger meaning. And if you're especially a person that, like, as this fine person said that in this comment, that they get very anxious, is this going to work out? They plan everything, are these plans correct? It's the fact that you are worrying about the wrong thing. If you're starting anything in life, your true starting thing, which is to just start and do at any capacity, even if it's absolutely horrible what you're doing and you're aware of it, it is still 50 times better than doing absolutely nothing. A million times better, because if you're not doing nothing, you're doing nothing, you know? So your goal when you're starting anything in life, and it comes to fitness too, start anywhere. Do it for months till you learn things about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, what exercises you do enjoy, what you don't enjoy. And then you start to kind of add more to it, change more things, and yada yada. So yeah, this is the video for today. I hope this helped anybody. Stay jacked. I'm currently in a mini bulk right now, and yeah, this is also a video for me to hold myself accountable because I want to make also a different type of content. So yeah, I'm glad I made this video, and thank you anybody that has any problems that you want me to discuss. Write that down in the comments. Thank you for getting vulnerable with me, and I'm sure everybody else appreciates around it because we all feel this way, some type of way, and for you to go out there and like express it yourself, but it's really brave of you, and it helps everybody around you because it makes everybody feel relatable. So yeah, take care of yourself, and yeah, love you. Bye bye.